time to go over the latest Dorian Electra album, Flamboyant. Dorian Electra, this weird pop sensation that just came out of the blue that I've heard a lot of people talk about all of a sudden, and I really was interested going into this after Daddy Like was shoved in my Spotify daily mix a lot.
See, that's why I'm so glad that for the longest time, the only thing I listened to on Spotify was punk music, because that's the only thing I get recommended to me on Spotify. It's like, hey, here's a new punk. I'm like, dope. This one sucks. Move it on. This one's good. Dope. And that's it. That's my life now.
But this is Daddy Like is one of the most infectiously disgusting and amazing singles of the year, in my opinion. It's pretty similar to how I feel about 100 Gex' latest song, Money Machine, their biggest single so far, where it's really annoying but it's great that it's really annoying, and it's the largest version of itself, and that's what makes it spectacular. It's in your face with how weird and kind of, I guess, loud its version of pop music is. And I wasn't very surprised when Dylan Brady of 100 Gex actually produced a decent amount of material on this. So I was interested going into it after that big single, Daddy Like. And Dorian Electra is a very flamboyant act and a very genderqueer positive act, being genderqueer. And I want to see more queer artists thrive, and I was really interested going into this. What is this album? If you like your weird pops, you like your Sophies, you like your 100 Gex, you like your Charlie XCXs, you're gonna really enjoy this, because it is a very loud, unorthodox pop album.
This is an album that you have to get like the best possible speakers you can have to listen to, and I think that's what.
And then you have to break your mic.
You have to break your mic because the music is just flowing through you. Yeah. You feel it.
You feel it.
We had talked earlier. Like, I wasn't fully into this album because I thought some of their vocal performances weren't always up to snuff. But then I listened to some like the best speakers I could finally find. I was finally able to find like good speakers because I moved.
Were they in the back of your car?
No.
Oh, because you keep a lot of stuff in your back of your car.
Those speakers aren't good.
You know how I know you keep a lot of stuff?
Because you've been in my car. I know, Vincent.
Because you don't clean it out, and I have to sit in the back seat.
You get to sit next to Buddha. Be honored.
You just have a bunch of junk, and it wasn't until recently I helped you clean it out. And now it's in your trunk.
Yeah.
Where all your
I got that junk in my trunk.
God damn it.
But anywho, finally listened to this album on good speakers, and I have a much stronger appreciation for this album.
Yeah, because it's a super saturated sound.
So good. I still think some of the vocal performances aren't completely there.
And I hate saying this phrase, but that's the point. It's supposed to be the most
and I know,
in your face.
like, you can say like that's the point,
but yeah.
But there's times where.
But also, I think it makes it more fun because
it does make it more fun.
It makes it more passionate.
It made me appreciate Daddy Like a lot more, because I originally that was my least favorite track because I thought the vocals on that one was really obnoxious. But then with the better speakers, I was like, okay, yeah, I get that. I can hear what it's going for better. I understand the sounds more. It's a lot more fun that way. But it's still one of those things where you can say like it's the point, but at what point does that just become justification? Because I like everything. I like the production of this album. I like all of the ideas that it's trying to get across. I like the messages. I like Dorian Electra, the person. I like what they stand for and like their personality. And so it can be easy to let all of that be like, yeah, so like this is all just, it's the point to like justify it like after the fact.
Yeah.
But at some point you have to recognize like, okay, maybe Dorian does need to work on their performance a little bit more. And I think that's the case. I think Dorian, while a lot of this is fun, a lot of this is really good, and a lot of it does work with the amateurish and the less than perfect vocals, I do think Dorian's music will definitely improve if they can just get some of those weirder moments or like some of the moments that just seem very amateurish and off, like a little more toned in and a little tighter.
Yeah, the autotune across this entire thing is very similar to eating an entire packet of fruit gushers in one bite.
I've done that.
You shouldn't.
I know I shouldn't. It was bad.
Moments like Daddy Light with the very frail pitchy autotune vocals is just undeniably catchy. You get people spelling daddy in the background. It's really stupid and fun. You get moments like Man to Man, which is talking about masculinity, and the only way to be the truest form of a man is to fess up to your feelings. With the line, are you man enough to soften up? Are you tough enough to open up? Great lines. There's some great one-liners.
Yeah, this album's got a lot of really good ideas in terms of toxic masculinity, gender identity, gender stereotypes. The idea that maybe gender isn't
a
thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a social construct. There's nothing inherent to biology or science that is gender. Gender is literally just something that society created.
I really like the idea of flamboyant, where it kind of seems like the flamboyancy is almost being done as kind of like a counterattack. I like the idea of the line, I'm flamboyant, I go all the way, I go all the way. I know it drives you crazy. Emphasis on idea, because I feel like flamboyancy is almost I always think it's kind of like an idea of like a counter to masculinity, like a toxic masculinity. And they're both on the edge, and I think they both can be used for like negative, because there's negative forms of flamboyancy. But I like the idea that it's almost the counter to it, which I think is really cool. Guyliner, where the line, chicks dig it when they see me cry. That's
Such a good line.
Such a great line, because they put on the Guyliner. It's great. And Adam and Steve going over the idea that we're all God's made and we should all accept each other for for what we are. And God made me and he loves me and he loves me. God made me and Adam and Steve. They want to destroy me. They will always enjoy it. They say, oh, abomination, but I'm God's creation. So we're all God's creation. Why can't we all enjoy each other's company?
And then I really like the song Emasculate, just the sounds of it. It's got a great, rough, harsh sound to accompany it's just the sound. It's just great.
Very rough vocals that kind of pierce your ears. It's very nice. You get moments like Musical Genius, where you get these scales that just collectively go into just collective garbage of electronic music. Across this whole entire thing, the kicks are completely thumping and they'll just destroy your ears. You get these super sweet synths that saturate the track. I think the best moments on that is Career Boy, Freaky for Life. They're just, they feel like they're just gonna break my, like I have a cavity now, I need to get it drilled out.
You should go to a dentist for that.
I hate you. My least favorite moment on this is Freaky for Life, because I feel like it kind of replicates the ideas that Flamboyant established. And that's about it. And I think this album is just a track too long, 31 minutes. But
I think Adam and Steve had actually been a really great album ender.
Yeah.
And I think Freaky for Life is it's the weakest of all of them. It could have just gone away and an album would have been stronger.
Also, the spelling, the capitalization on it makes me want to punch this track.
Yeah. Like, I get the idea behind it,
It's a
but
meme.
at the same time, like, you've clearly showcased that you can be memey, but like above the meme and not just a meme.
Yeah.
And that's just a meme right there, the way you did the track.
But yeah, keeping in mind that scores a few time meaningless. Right now, I'm feeling a 8-. I had fun with this, and I hope to have more fun with Dorian Electra in the future.